Glorious day to you, my friends. Welcome to day number 42 of Shine, Stargate Heart, Illuminate Your Natural Essence, where we chant Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times using the Mala of Joy. And we're doing this for 108 days. And when we use the Mala of Joy, just there's subtle energy. We break up the 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12, where each of the 9 groups represents one of our chakras in our Merkaba, our chariot, our ascension vehicle, our light body, the thing that generates our auric field, besides each of our cells that emanate a presence and radiate energy. And these 9 chakras are at the bottom of our Merkaba, Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra, then our root chakra, Muladhara, Svadhisthana, our sacral chakra, Manipura, our solar plexus chakra, Anahata, our heart chakra, Vishuddha, our throat chakra, Anya or Agnya, our third eye chakra, and our crown, Sahasrara. And at the top of our Merkaba, Vyapini, the soul star chakra, Niharata Arshahya Kutorohuto. It's really windy today, so we'll find out if this works or not. I am at Cobb's Hill, one of the 4 highest points in Rochester. It's actually the 2nd highest point. And I'm up here because happy full moon, my friends. After this video is done, it should be just in time for moonrise, so I can do a full moon manifestation video, because it's interesting energy. This energy has been powerful, we'll just say, transformative over the last few days. Many people have been reaching out to me as to the various experiences that they have been having with this energy. Many are rolling with it. I have to just chuckle at all the things that are happening that aren't in any way, shape or form a plan of mine. And I think I've given up while I've been here in Rochester that nothing ever is going according to plan. So I am learning how to roll with everything and just be amused by it all, because it is really funny to me. And I'm just trying to learn from it, and what was the benefit to me, what was my experience of it. But today, just like in this morning's blessing of the day, this part of each of the 9 groups represents one of our chakras, and we're on day number 42. So in day number 37 through 48, we are subtly working with Manipura, our solar plexus chakra, the source of our willpower. It is the fire chakra, and check the description below as to links to the Sanskrit channel and their description of Manipurika, and the relevant shlokas that first written description of Manipura, our solar plexus chakra. But still, what they want to talk about today, and we'll talk about it again during the embodiment phase, we're in the last day of the excitement. So the Mala of Joy is based on Samavriti Pranayama, where we breathe in for a 4 count, we hold for a 4 count, we breathe out for a 4 count, and we hold for a 4 count. Sama, same, Vritti, way, modality. Um, it's a balanced breathing technique, but some things that we learn from it, like when applying it to the chakras, that we're in the let's open and invite, let's breathe in the energy into the chakra, let us hold and excite and bake the energy into the chakra, so that on the out breath we can breathe out the energy of the chakra. And then in the embodiment phase, when there's no inner air in our lungs, we can learn to be present with the energy in its lowest energy state. We're harmonizing the chakra in the best way. The yogic topic, word, idea, it's so rich. Niyatakari hetakatara asata sankalpa niyata arahashkotor ukachawati arahata. I'll copy and paste the same things I copied in this morning's video. Uttara vashahya kotarahatita. It does translate to intention, but it's much more meaningful because it's a practice. It's a practice of exactly what we're doing in this Shine series, is that we're exploring our heart centers using the magical chant Om Mani Padme Hum, which is compassionate. It is polishing our jewel of our lotus, that we're learning to align with our inner being more. And that's all that really Sankalpa is. It's the same viewpoint, the same cutting, the same Sahih Kutur Shukata, the highest truth, the same highest truth as our inner being. And that we take I love Yogapedia's description of it, because it's a vow, it's a devotion to your inner being's point of view of your soul purpose. And it's a listening activity. And if we, I love the way that the Deepak Chopra Center also described it, because it's a listening practice. When we listen to our inner being, we can hear what it has to say about what it wants to create and what you wanted to create when you decided on this incarnation point. It's your soul mission. It's the simplest thing, yet the most difficult thing to do, because we're listening to our inner being. Each of us know exactly what it is. But as we reinforce it in our mind by chanting for 108 days, Om Mani Padme Hum, allowing the light language and the chanting and the breathing and our inner being to all talk to our mind and ourselves to unify with the same game plan of our inner being, of our divine will inside our heart centers, inside our Hrit chakra, so that we can live more fully according to the way we planned on it when we said, that's the life I want, when we're up in heaven and we decided to incarnate, to Aryo Kochoro Skanayarta. Yep, we can get someone else to channel that information for us. But if we experience it ourselves, Kutura Hayakata, and the wind confirms, yes. If we experience it ourselves, we will believe it 100 times more than if somebody tells us what it is. That's why I'm doing the series. One, because they said to, and they gave me time to play with it. And then they just said, okay, no, we're going to start today. And this is the chant, not the chant you thought it was going to be. And you're not going to do all that fancy stuff. You're going to keep it simple. You're going to talk. We're going to chant. And people are going to do it, or people aren't going to do it. And it's as simple as that. And if you're still listening, Congratulations, because you're investing in yourself. You are devoted to listening to what your heart has to say, what your inner being has to say about what it truly wants to create and what it truly wants to be. Because there's really no difference between your heart center and you. We just have this mind that was taught all the things that our parents taught us. They're talking so much about everything. It's just like, that's not today. They want to talk about karma. They want to talk about manifestation. You can talk about manifestation in about an hour and a half when the moon rises. We're talking about sankalpa. We're talking about listening. We're talking about chanting and allowing our inner being to speak. Giving it the respect to speak and giving it the respect to actually listen to it. Sakatiyara, naturally. 11:11. Naturally, effortlessly. There's no try involved. We just do it and allow it to happen. So it's going to happen all on its own. So it's really the hariniki, the essence of allowing, which means we set the intention to allow and then we just let go of the mind. And then it happens. That's exactly what they're going to talk about tonight with the manifestation, because it's the same thing. Let the universe do all the work. Let your inner being do all the work. It's one of the most powerful things to do, is to set your intention at the top of your yoga mat before each practice, and even at the end of each practice, when you're walking to your car or walking home or whatever it is that you do. Powerfully, do you set intention for the day when you get up in the morning? I'm saying it in every one of the videos, but it's also on a board on my wall. It's the first thing I see. Thank you, God, for another glorious day. I'm already on borrowed time, so this is no longer my life. So we're doing it. So I invite you to close your eyes, my friends. And let us focus our awareness on our breath. As we slow down and deepen our breath. As we feel how it feels to breathe in. As we feel how it feels to breathe out. As we feel how it feels when the cool air enters our lungs and our lungs fill up and our rib cage expands. As we feel how it feels to have our rib cage contract and the warm air exits. Water is life, my friends. Whether you're lying down or sitting, I ask you to do so with a straight spine so that the energy flows more freely. Let us focus our awareness on our heart center. For in our heart centers is the home of our holy fire. And our holy fire is the source of our bright light. And every breath that we take with intention fans the flames of our holy fire in our heart centers. And it increases our already bright light. As we invite and allow the holy fire to flow in, through, and around us all, in every way, and everywhere, and every when. Tokotur hukanati arahatat ashaya. Asking the holy fire to only allow in that which is for our highest good, Neotokoryoto, and the highest good of all. Hakaturu utahanahasi tiarhatatahaya. And let us create in our mind's eye a chest of your creation. And let us put in this chest all of your fears, all of your doubts, all of the things that you're going to do the rest of the evening, your to-do list, your shopping list, your honey-do list, anything you're going to do the rest of the weekend or next week or next year or last week or any time in the past. And let's put in all of our anger and all of our worry. And anything else that we may think might distract us from this meditation. And let us allow our inner being to also put in what it thinks no longer serves. And anything else that it feels may distract from time with our breath, time with the chant, and time with our inner being. And let us close the lid on this chest and set it aside. It will be there for you at the end of meditation, if you so desire. We will start off with one Aum. We will chant Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times on the 8 count using the mala of joy. I will keep count. I will let us know when we hit the last one and when we move up through the chakras, subtly, without any intention. All of that information is happening just in the background. Nahasuto, Hashanaheti, Atihira, Nahatukurahoto. And please be easy on yourselves during this time. Nahotokurioto. If you miss a chant or mess it up, just pick it up with the next one. I feel so many mistakes happening by me this time with swallowing, hiccuping, yawning. I've already yawned 20 times already this time so far. And hiccuping. Let's not forget hiccuping and yawning. No toro hutakuryo. Just pick it up with the next one. You will still benefit whether you chant 108, 106, 102, 42, or 0. If you're just in the energy, you will benefit. But if you're chanting, you are instigating the sounds from your vocal cavity. You are causing resonation throughout your body with the magical syllables Om, Ma, Ni, Pa, Me, Hum, Cha'iyatu Uruhu Kutura Hashata. As many times as it happens. Nihara, Arahaskanon Hototo. A few more breaths. And a breath in for Aum. Aum. Starting off with Vasundhara. And a breath in to chant.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Okocho ohana hatari tataha.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hushanohorota Ashanata Arihiso
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Huturu Nanata Arihitoro Kuchohotoro
Om
Honata
Mani Padme
Hatukoro
Hum.
Shanatoro Urharshahe Katar Hanate Tira Hatuto
Om
Hushanahasahe
Mani Padme
Haturu
Hum.
Ukana Hatatirha Kushanohotoroho Utatakahariyataha
Om Mani
Huturu
Padme
Unahasa
Hum.
Ekatarahe Atohonoroho Katatira Arshaheka Atarahe
Om Mani Padme
Kochoro
Hum.
Katarheta Otona Atirhatira Hotukushahea
Om Mani
Urahana Asahea
Padme
Katita
Hum.
Atu Tu Urhokatahari Atanahasira Atokochoro
Om Mani Padme
Awahashira
Hum.
Anahasira Kotoro Uhunatitira Kotoro Ohonata
Om Mani
Atihira
Padme
Hatatakaha
Hum.
Asahanata Aheka Asoho Hotoro
Om
Okanahatuna
Mani Padme
Ashahanasa
Hum.
Arawahakerata Urushonohotoro Hokota Awahashisa
Om Mani
Ahkanihi
Padme
Ratatira
Hum.
Moving up to Muladhara Hotoro
Om
Urhana
Mani
Saehe
Padme
Ashana
Hum.
Durhuro Hatar Ashkahe Ashisi Ahanata
Om
Tiri
Mani
Atara
Padme
Ashana
Hum.
Hasohoko Utahota Wahashirata Aturu Uhana Hasasi
Om Mani Padme
Ututu
Hum.
Uhushashaya Atahare Atakasho Utonoro Ujawa
Om Mani Padme
Hatutu
Hum.
Uhurututa Arashahanatarahu Utoroho Katarasha
Om
Hitiri
Mani Padme
Isanatiarhoko
Hum.
Hawa Atadiarahaya Atakashai Tonoro Uturuhua
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Aturuhutorohokoha Achaharihita Asanahataraho Utoro
Om Mani Padme
Atanara
Hum.
Hatata Atakasha Aturuhutoro Ohonaya Arhasaka
Om Mani Padme
Hotoro
Hum.
Ohonotoroha Jai Sarta Atuarata Tarasha
Om
Hototo
Mani
Ohukna
Padme
Hatatirata
Hum.
Hatoro O Knatiara Horara Hasaherata
Om Mani
Hoto
Padme
Ohokona Horoho
Hum.
Arwahasaye
achahatara hakatoro,
Om Mani Padme Hum.
ohonoto, atokoshai, ahatatiri, aya,
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Moving up to Svadhisthana.
Om Mani Padme
Hanata
Hum.
atanahara atata ahahashi akahata
Om
arahoa
Mani Padme Hum.
otorohoa ashahkanahe atar harharati achaharahoa
Om Mani Padme Hum.
ototo uhoraha ashanahati atuhoro uchahoro ukana
Om Mani Padme
haturo
Hum.
uhohosha akanahatu uhorota atara ashanariarta
Om Mani Padme Hum.
hoturo uho kotoro hona atata ashahasata
Om Mani
ashaharihito
Padme
uhuko
Hum.
ushana atahare atasha anahasu utohoro
Om Mani Padme Hum.
hatutu uhua ashatarhaye atata arshkanata
Om
asahatataha
Mani Padme Hum.
kotoro kohosha anahasa tarhakai
Om
kotoro hosho
Mani
uha
Padme Hum.
hotutu urata ashanatarhira atakahera
Om
atoro
Mani
oknohoraha
Padme Hum.
hotoro uhuhosha ataranata arhasata
Om Mani
hatutu
Padme
uhukanahera
Hum.
tahaya hatuko oroho utoro ushanata atakahe
Om Mani
haturo
Padme
ukaha
Hum.
Moving up to Manipura.
ho
Om
achara
Mani
hartite
Padme
hartana
Hum.
ashahayeke artu uruto rota
Om Mani
haturu
Padme
rutukuturu
Hum.
ushana tatakare arhasa achukohoto uronoa
Om Mani Padme Hum.
otoro uhusha atatakarha atatachire asanaharha
Om Mani Padme Hum.
ototo uhuhusha akanari hatata arha atoto uhusha
Om
shonororoho
Mani Padme
atorohua
Hum.
atanahari atakashaha utoro utoro utoro
Om Mani Padme Hum.
oto uhushashana ataki rite arhasa ashahesa
Om
ahatahe
Mani
shanadiarata
Padme Hum.
otoro uhoko ushaya anara itaitiarahaya
Om
otoro
Mani
uhana
Padme
atakahasha
Hum.
atiarahaya haturo uhusho
Om
ukanahe
Mani Padme Hum.
ototoro ho sa awasha atakashira anahasirata
Om Mani
hototo
Padme
ushanate
Hum.
harihita atakasha a huso oko o totoro atoa
Om
ashanati
Mani
arha
Padme Hum.
hototo o hutota a hata a shanata arha
Om Mani
otokosha a
Padme
tonohorohoto
Hum.
Moving up to Anahata.
Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Om Mani Padme Hum.
Moving up to Vishuddha.
Om Mani Padme
Atagaheta
Hum.
Ashahasa Aekoto Ushashono Ortokotora
Om
Ashishiti
Mani
Nata Ata
Padme
Otoro
Hum.
Otanara Ashahatata Ashke Atohoro Urshkanara Oto
Om Mani
Uta
Padme
Ashanahasisi
Hum.
Adiatoro Urshohona Ariatata Ashkai Tiara
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Hototo Uhushaya Aitanari Tatuko
Om
Ushahasaata
Mani
Atakashi
Padme
Otohuruho
Hum.
Otonoro Ochai Atahata Arshanohoro Ojoroho
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ototoro Hoko Oshanahasiherata Atohoko Choro Otoroho
Om
Ashaha
Mani Padme Hum.
Hototoro Hokotora Hanata Rasha Asohoko Osho Otoro
Om Mani
Otohorieti
Padme
Ashanahasa
Hum.
Atayarahaiti Artoho Oshanoro Hokoto
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Ototoro Hoshaasa Akanati Arhasa Itarihata
Om
Atakoro
Mani
Okoho
Padme Hum.
Ushohotoroho Ushanahatiria Atakashi So Ukutoroha
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Otoroho To Urshana Atakahasisi Atakorshai
Om
Ataharha
Mani
Atihiti
Padme
Otohotoro
Hum.
Moving up to Anya.
Hotoro
Om
Otana
Mani
Chayetiti
Padme Hum.
Atahatatasha Sahasa Akachoro O Sohokoro Otana
Om
Arshaheta
Mani
Atakato
Padme Hum.
Otoro Oshana Hartikarshi Tatiari Atanaharu
Om Mani Padme
Hototo
Hum.
Ohana Atakashi E Tatiarahanato Hoto
Om
Hokodata
Mani Padme
Hatoro Utana
Hum.
Harhata Ashahakato O Shakanoroho O Taharahesa
Om Mani
Hatata
Padme
Atatahira
Hum.
Shahasana Haruto Hotokoroho Arshahesai Kiara
Om
Hatata
Mani
Anahatiaraha
Padme Hum.
Hotoro O Kanahatitiarahi Kanahasa Ashahi
Om
Sohokotoroho
Mani
Hotoro Hokatara
Padme
Hayata
Hum.
Hototo O Shanasa Harashaya Sokotorahe
Om
Harawahashashi
Mani
Arkohono no
Padme
Oroho
Hum.
Hototo O Shahasaka Atahorahaka Nata
Om
Shiirasa
Mani
Harakotoro
Padme
Hosananaru
Hum.
Hotoro Hoka Arshahayasa Hatuta Ashamarati
Om Mani Padme
Hatoro O
Hum.
Hotar Hokasha Asahanati Artaku Utanana harawashashai.
Om
Harawahasha
Mani
oko.
Padme
Uruhonata
Hum.
arahitoro. Ututo. Uhukusha. Yayakanaharaha. Hata
Om Mani
asanahiraka.
Padme Hum.
Moving up to Sahasrara.
Hatutu
Om Mani
shanatata.
Padme
Atahatutu
Hum.
uhoko. Utoro shanatuhu. Utoro hotatara hatita.
Om Mani
Hatutu urhoko
Padme
tona hatu.
Hum.
Ushanatar akaheta atata. Hatoro urshkano. Urhoto.
Om Mani
Urhata. Ata
Padme
anata.
Hum.
Achaharta atarha. Hatuto ukosha. Huturuhu.
Om
Uturati.
Mani
Arahakanara.
Padme Hum.
Ataha ashaya. Atokuruhu. Hututukusha. Na tiarahatata.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Atorho toro. Shohokoto. Utonorohoko. Ushahasai.
Om
Atakata.
Mani Padme
Arshahatukuta.
Hum.
Hatana atara. Katatuto o. Ushatata.
Om
Shanahasasira.
Mani Padme Hum.
Odotorhoto. Shahoko torhanato uraha. Shahesa
Om
atakorohoto.
Mani
Uturo
Padme
o
Hum.
hokotorhetoro. Haturo oro hokocharoho.
Om
Uturachi.
Mani
Charihatara.
Padme Hum.
Hatutu uro hokotana haro. Shahiro nohoroko.
Om Mani
Katutu
Padme
uhu
Hum.
anahatatihira. Tohorata ashituko. Hotoroho. Shayakotoroho na.
Om
Haturo.
Mani
O
Padme
ukuturaha.
Hum.
Hatatari.
Om
Shahisoko.
Mani
Ukonoro.
Padme
Utaharata.
Hum.
Moving up to Vyapini.
Kanati
Om
hatata
Mani
arha. Haturo
Padme
urho kotoro
Hum.
hoshoyo. Hotoro arshana hatuto. Hora arharsh
Om
yayehoko. Utoro
Mani
uhokoto
Padme
uhoshashira.
Hum.
Atuhurana. Atata arha atohoko. O
Om
shanaharohoko.
Mani
Uturo
Padme
uhuna.
Hum.
Atohorohoko. Utokoshai. Atanara atakahaya.
Om Mani Padme
Ototo
Hum.
o shana atatakarha. Atoto o tonoroho. Oshoyo o
Om
kotokuroho.
Mani Padme Hum.
Tonoroto urhotor. Kotoroho asahashira. Otorona.
Om Mani
Kahara
Padme
arhasanatu
Hum.
urho. Utoro kono uto usha.
Om
Hatar
Mani
hiatar hanaro.
Padme Hum.
Atuaraha. Kushohuto roto hurha.
Om
Ashanata.
Mani
Ashohoyo.
Padme Hum.
Huturo hukuturaha. Atotanahara hatita.
Om Mani
Hashayototo.
Padme Hum.
Ayokohonoto. Arashahasaye. Atohoro. O kohanata rahake.
Om Mani Padme
Hotoro
Hum.
utana. Atata kashi erotoro. Koshohoko toro.
Om
Narharshaye.
Mani
Atoto
Padme
uhugunahara.
Hum.
Last one.
Konoro hotoro.
Om
Hotoro
Mani Padme
utanahaka.
Hum.
And breath in for Aum. Aum. Stay here for as long as you like. Kotorhu shananotoroho kotoraha. Pause the video if you feel. Nohototo ushanotorohoto. And stay in this energy as long as you like. Nihorohotatariheta. When you are ready, sokotorhu nananiaratata. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Nihototohriototorohokatata. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to the here and now. Huturyototo. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Huturhutonariata. And when you are ready, open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Utur hakana atari hitar haskananonotioroto. The breeze is just cutting right through me. Maybe if you noticed, I switched my breath. Somewhere somewhere around anahata, because I was cold, usate yaratata, so I began ujjayi breath. Look it up if you don't know what it is. Find a YouTube video and practice it a little bit. It's where you open up the back of your throat and breathe in through your nose. But I also engage the bandhas, the mula bandha, the locks, so that I can circulate the heat in my body. I set my intention and I took control of this physicality, and the chanting was way more magical for me. I felt it resonating throughout my body. I felt it. I heard it resonating. I don't know if the microphone picked up on that resonation or not. And the chants felt more powerful. And yes, I got your mental notes. Many of you screamed out during Muladhara, Svadhisthana. We did not call on the divine flow. But guess what? Spirit told me, you all started it all on your own. You all, as soon as we called on the holy fire, you guys kicked it off. You guys have been doing it long enough that you have already done it. So, and even if we don't kick off the divine flow, our inner being knows to do so. It is nothing to worry about. And if we just say the words, I invite and allow the holy fire to flow in, through, and around me in every way, and everywhere, and every when, or just even the beginning. I invite the holy fire. That is enough. And all you got to do is think it. Just think, holy fire. And then let go. And it's there with you. Just like if you were to say, my angel. Yeah, see, they're here. Let's go. And if you call on God, God be with me. God is there with you. Utuhursha kanati arahaka 4404 ushahya tukariyatata. Never fails. Usaki arahnata. One more little tidbit they shared with me about Sankalpa. Niyarata ashikotoryoto. Everything is sentient, FYI. And everything has a Sankalpa, a divine will of its own. Its original intention, as I used to call it. And when I'm talking to crystals and when I'm clearing crystals, I restore them to their original intention. That's what it is. Because they came, they created with an idea. They incarnated, they formulated, and they attracted all of the elements in the crystal while it was growing. They continued to manifest it, and then they put their consciousness in it, with an original sankalpa, an original intention. And just like we can program crystals, we can add our intention to the crystals, our programming to the crystals, because they are open to it. that intention can also be removed. Ukuturioto. And I did not want to disrespect the crystals by removing their original intention, because that's removing their sentience. They'll leave when they're ready. Skuturioto. And then it'll become a rock, but it still has sentience of some level. Anyway, I'm not doing Ujjayi breath anymore, so I'm going to get over to my car. I'll do the light language there, because even if I put on my winter jacket, because it's only 65, but it's still cutting right through me. I need some sort of windbreaker. Even though I engaged in pratyahara and I engaged in building my internal fire in the Aurohataka, it was great during. But now I'm a wimp. So, thank you for sharing in my highest bliss. Congratulations, you have completed day number 42 of Shine. So shine on, my friends. And make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else? And happy full moon. Happy manifesting.